It's time to see what this week's AP Top 25 looks like. So here's your weekly Rothstein reaction. Let's look at now and see what this poll looks like. I voted mine in last night. Okay, we're at the top. Arizona is at 1, UConn 2, Michigan 3, Duke 4. On my ballot, have Duke ahead of Michigan. The reason why, they have identical records. Michigan's loss came at home to a Wisconsin team that isn't ranked. Duke was obviously losers to Texas Tech in Madison Square Garden. I'm not making that big of a deal about it. I also had Nebraska at 5, Gonzaga at 6, and Michigan State at 7. So I am aligned in that top 7 with the exception of 3 and 4. Keep going. Iowa State at 8. I have the Cyclones much lower than that. I think I have the Cyclones now at 11, 12, or 13 simply because of the loss to Cincinnati at home was nowhere near the NCAA tournament. Illinois, I did move into the top 10. Houston is at 10. I have Houston a little higher than that. So my poll looks like Houston at 8, Illinois at 9, and Texas Tech at 10. I don't have that big of a problem with it, but the Iowa State loss at Cincinnati, who's nowhere near the NCAA tournament, is why I dropped the Cyclones so much. Purdue at 12, BYU at 13 aligns with what I have. Kansas is at 14. I have Kansas still slightly down from that, but I don't hate putting the Jayhawks there because of how well they've played as of late. Let's keep going now beyond this. Arkansas, North Carolina, I have no problem at 15 and 16. I believe I had Arkansas, North Carolina at 14 and 15 on my bracket. Virginia, Vandy, Florida, Louisville, all fine for me in that 17 to 20 spot. St. Louis, I moved in at 25. 21, still a little high for me with the Billikens right now. St. Louis, remember, it's best win, and it's not the Billikens' complete fault because nobody will play them, but the best win for this team is still a neutral site victory over Santa Clara, who's pushing things in the West Coast Conference. Clemson and Alabama at 22 and 23. I have Clemson a little bit higher. How about this for Brad Brownell? 12 straight road victories in ACC play. Miami, Ohio at 24. St. John's at 25. I have St. John's ranked. I'm surprised that Kentucky did not get ranked winners of 5 straight. So I would flip Kentucky and Miami, Ohio, but I don't have too much of a problem with that poll. I would think Texas A&M is a team you got to keep an eye on the next couple of weeks, and also Tennessee, a little bit mercurial, but also had a massive, massive win Saturday night at Alabama. I've said this for years, and I'm somebody who does rankings every single day from the start of the season until Selection Sunday. People get so worked up over rankings. The thing that everybody should focus on more is where things are tracking in terms of NCAA's tournament seeding, because we have to remember the sport is decided by a tournament. So where you are seated is more vastly valuable than where you are ranked when it comes to, obviously, the NCAA tournament. But this is only January. When we return, I will give you some news and notes from around the world of college basketball and also highlight 5 games to watch this week between now and our next show on Thursday, and also 5 under-the-radar games that might have fallen through the cracks a little bit. Jon Rothstein here on Inside College Basketball Now on CBS Sports Network.